In the blistering Afghan desert, where the sun scorches everything it touches, a woman of color methodically loads ammunition into an AH-64 Apache helicopter. But what dark secret does the mysterious tattoo on her back conceal? Sergeant Aisha Thompson grips the heavy belt of 30mm shells, feeding them into the chain gun with precise, economical movements. No wasted effort, no flourish, just the quiet efficiency of someone who's done this for years. Around her, the forward operating base Vanguard buzzes with activity. Pilots barking orders, mechanics joking in pairs, engines humming like distant thunder. But Aisha works alone, her military-issue cap pulled low over her tightly coiled black hair, her dark skin glistening with sweat under the relentless heat. She's been here for 3 long years, day 1095, though no one else counts. Her fingers dance over the belt-fed system, alternating high-explosive HE rounds with armor-piercing AP ones, a standard mix designed to shred through Taliban hideouts in the rocky terrain. It's basic military tech. The HE bursts on impact for area denial, while AP punches through fortified positions. Simple, effective, and deadly. But Aisha's mind is elsewhere, cataloging every overheard conversation, every glance. Intelligence gathering isn't always about gadgets. Sometimes it's about being invisible. As she reaches overhead to secure the ammo bay, her shirt rides up slightly, revealing the edge of an intricate tattoo. A majestic eagle in mid-flight, its wings etched with a cryptic sequence of numbers, symbols, and letters. It's no ordinary ink, precise, geometric, like a code waiting to be cracked. What does it mean? Who put it there? The questions hang in the air, unspoken, as she tugs her shirt down, face betraying nothing. But inside, a voiceover echoes her thoughts. 3 years of shadows, 3 years of being unseen. The mission demands it, but the loneliness, it cuts deeper than any bullet. Across the tarmac, 2 junior privates, both white, fresh-faced transfers, cast sidelong glances her way. "Who's the lone wolf over there?" one mutters, his voice carrying on the dry wind. "Thompson. Been here forever. Does the work of a whole squad, but keeps to herself like she's got secrets." The other snickers. "Yeah, Invisible Eagle, they call her." Blends right into the background. It's a jab at her skin color, wrapped in military slang, but it stings like sand in a wound. Aisha hears it all, catalogs it, but shows no reaction. Being overlooked is her armor. It's kept her alive this long. In a base full of heroes seeking glory, she's the ghost no one notices, the perfect cover for a deeper war. The prejudice isn't new. Flashback, a quick cut to her early days at Vanguard, where a group of mechanics ignored her input during a routine check, dismissing her as just the tech girl. Back in the present, it's the same. No eye contact, no small talk. She's Demao in a world that still whispers about worth based on shade. But Aisha's strength runs deeper. Raised by a Vietnam vet father who taught her resilience, she channels it into her work. Voiceover: "Dad said, eagles don't flock, they soar alone. But alone, it's a heavy sky." Captain Elias Grant approaches, clipboard in hand, his boots thudding with authority. He's a tall, stern white officer, known for his no-nonsense demeanor and subtle biases that slip through in extra assignments for the quiet ones. "Thompson," he barks, voice unnecessarily loud, as if she's hard of hearing rather than just subordinate. "Finish this Apache, then head to Hangar 2. The new rotors need alignment, and requisitions wants yesterday's inventory by noon. No excuses." Aisha nods once, eyes downcast. "Yes, sir." No protest, though the workload would crush a team of 3. Grant walks away, already shouting at someone else. As he departs, a couple of passing sergeants chuckle. "Morning, Shadow Sergeant," one mocks with a lazy salute. Aisha's hand clenches around a shell casing, the metal biting into her palm, a rare crack in her composure. It frustrates her, this constant dismissal, but she releases it, face stoic. Voiceover: "They see a technician. I see a battlefield. But who am I really watching?" The traitor hides in plain sight. The teaser lingers as she resumes her task. The eagle tattoo hidden once more, its secrets buried under layers of duty and deception. The base hums with pre-mission energy as Aisha finishes her adjustments to the Apache's rocket pods. She's swapped in a specialized mix, incendiary rounds alternating with penetrators, perfect for the limestone caves around Kajaki Dam, where Taliban forces often hide IED stockpiles. It's not standard protocol. The incendiaries ignite on impact, creating firestorms in confined spaces, while penetrators drill through rock. But Aisha knows the terrain from classified intel she's pieced together over months. No one briefs her officially, but she's been eavesdropping on radio chatter, scanning reports in the shadows. Voiceover. The hack pattern matches Yemen, no, Afghanistan 5 years ago. The same frequency, glitches, someone selling us out again. In the briefing room, the squadron gathers around digital maps flickering with threat assessments. Major Leon Reyes stands at the front, his Latin features set in a focused scowl, pointing to the Kajaki sector. Increased Taliban movement near the dam. Possible IED placements targeting convoys. Weapons hot if hostiles confirmed. Pilots nod, absorbing wind data and anti-air threats. Lieutenant Sparks, a cocky white 20-something, glances at the ammo manifest. Sir, Apache 3's pods are non-standard. Incendiaries mixed in. Who authorized that? Reyes studies the screen, then surprises the room. Keep it. Terrain calls for it. Murmurs ripple. Reyes is by the book. Sparks scowls. That tech girl did it. Black tech thinks she's intel now? The jab lands like a slap. Frustration boiling in Aisha's chest as she lingers in the back, unnoticed. It's the prejudice again, dismissing her expertise because of her skin. But she bites back, voiceover providing light satisfaction. They don't know yet, but they will. The room's tension thickens, her adjustments now under scrutiny. As the briefing wraps, Lieutenant Commander Harlan Vance approaches Aisha at her workstation, his posture polished, eyes cold behind a friendly smile. He's the new intel officer, arrived 3 days ago with unusual access to comms systems. Nice config on those pods, Tech Thompson, he says smoothly, leaning in. Unconventional, but smart for caves. How'd you know the mission details? It's misdirection. He sounds like an ally, praising her insight. Aisha keeps her eyes lowered, modulating her voice to sound uncertain. Just terrain logic, sir. Overheard some chatter. Vance nods, but his gaze lingers, predatory. Voiceover. He's testing me. Late-night transmissions, odd queries. Ally, or the snake I've been hunting? Frustration mounts as two mechanics nearby whisper loudly enough for her to hear. She probably guessed wrong. What does a shadow know about real intel? The shadow dig hits hard, echoing the racial slights she's endured. But Aisha catalogs it, her mind racing. She subtly activates a hidden device in her toolkit, a compact signal analyzer she smuggled in, to trace Vance's tablet pings. Education. It's SDR tech, software-defined radio, reprogramming frequencies on the fly to detect jams. A faint anomaly flickers, encrypted bursts matching the old hack pattern. Her heart quickens. Reyes pulls Vance aside for a protocol discussion, buying her time, a subtle diversion she notes with gratitude. But as pilots suit up, Sparks confronts her directly. Your special loadout better not screw us, Thompson. The accusation stings, amplifying the group's doubt. Voiceover. Push through. The mission's bigger than their blindness. She double-checks the systems, her fingers tracing connections others overlook. The Apaches roar to life, dust swirling, as the real threat looms. Cliffhanger voiceover, but Vance hides a dark secret, one that could ground us all. The weight of Vance's probing words lingers as Aisha slips away from the briefing room, her mind a storm of doubt. She's crossed a line with those pod adjustments, too visible, too risky after 3 years of perfect invisibility. Voiceover. One slip and the cover crumbles. Is the hack worth revealing myself now? The base's mess hall offers no refuge. It's a cacophony of clattering trays and boisterous chatter, where she's just another shadow navigating the edges. As she cues for a quick meal, a burly white sergeant bumps her shoulder, harder than necessary. Watch it, Tech, he grunts, not bothering to apologize. The shove reignites the frustration, a spark in the powder keg of constant dismissal. She almost snaps back, her fist clenching around the tray, but swallows it. Voiceover. Push through or walk away. 3 years of this, enough. The incident triggers a wave of PTSD, her vision blurring into nightmares that haunt her sleep. Fragmented images of explosions, screams echoing in the dark. She nearly quits right there, dropping the tray and vanishing into reassignment oblivion. Flashback. 5 years ago in Afghanistan, leading Shade Eagle, a classified unit of operatives of color, hand-picked for deniable ops. They were ambushed in a dusty valley, intel sold out by an insider. Bullets tore through her team, Jamal's cousin falling first, then others, their blood staining the sand. Aisha took 2 hits, dragging survivors to cover, her world narrowing to pain and chaos. Officially, she died there. Posthumous honors, a folded flag sent home. But it was a fake death. a deep cover to hunt the betrayer. Voiceover. I lost them because of one traitor. Can't let it happen again. But revealing now, it could end me. Back in the present, she finds a quiet corner, pulling out a worn letter from her mother, tucked in her pocket like a talisman. The paper is soft from rereading. Aisha, my eagle, black skin is strength, not a curse. Your father soared through Vietnam's hell with it as his shield. Don't let their blindness dim your flight. The words ground her, a human anchor in the isolation. Tears prick her eyes, rare vulnerability, but she folds it away. Voiceover. Mom's right, the mission calls, but pushing forward means risking everything. Her decision crystallizes. She'll dig deeper, but carefully. Mini hook. Voiceover. This choice will change everything, but who is watching from the shadows? Later that afternoon, as the sun dips lower over 5 Vanguard, Major Leon Reyes watches Aisha from across the airfield. He's seen her work before, methodical, precise, but today her custom ammo config stands out like a flare. It's not just efficient, it's tactical genius, reminiscent of old special ops manuals. Voiceover. Someone's watching, but is it foe or friend? Reyes approaches her workstation, his shadow falling across the tools. Thompson, he says quietly, glancing around to ensure privacy. That pod setup, incendiaries for caves, not standard. Where'd you learn that? Aisha freezes momentarily, then meets his gaze with calculated neutrality. Experience, sir. Terrain demands it. Reyes nods, but his eyes narrow. Experience like Shade Eagle? Your moves, they match a commander I briefed on years ago. Colonel Thompson, fake death in Afghanistan. The fresh twist hits. He pulls a small badge from his pocket, an eagle insignia from Vietnam era. This was your father's. Served with him in Nam. He taught you well. Eagles don't forget. The revelation grounds her, a bridge to her past. Voiceover. Dad's legacy. Black skin in white wars, soaring anyway. Reyes leans in, voice low. Education. Listen, that hack you spotted? It's Link 16, our secure data link for Apaches. Shares targeting, but vulnerable to insider jams. Frequency hops 77 times a second, but a traitor with access can spoof it. We've got to root it out. Aisha's resolve hardens. This ally offers the trust she's lacked. Sir, Vance, his signals match the old betrayal. Reyes grips the badge, pressing it into her hand. Then we act. Quietly. Voiceover. Cliffhanger. They must act, before Vance strikes. With the badge clutched in her hand like a lifeline, Aisha feels the shift, Reyes's alliance tipping her toward action. Voiceover. No more hiding. The threshold beckons. She heads to the pre-flight briefing, her custom config now a deliberate hint at her true identity, a calculated risk to flush out the threat. The room fills with pilots and crew, maps glowing on screens detailing the Kajaki run, surveillance over Taliban hotspots, weapons hot for IED threats. Reyes commands attention. Final checks. Wind shear low, visibility clear. Apache leads on Overwatch. Sparks pipes up again. Eyeing the manifest. Sir, that non-standard pod mix, it's a deviation. Thompson's call. Eyes turn to Aisha in the back, a murmur of doubt rippling through. Conflict escalates as Vance leans forward, probing. Interesting choice for a technician. Care to explain the tactical reasoning? His tone is velvet over steel, testing her cover. Aisha meets it steadily. Caves require fire suppression, sir. Incendiaries ensure denial. Vance smiles thinly. Impressive for maintenance staff. Before tension boils, Reyes intercedes, the turning point. Her config stays. I've reviewed it. It's sound for limestone breaches. The room quiets, stunned by his defense. Fun and games begins. Aisha's hint is out, her expertise no longer invisible, but it invites danger. Voiceover. Cross the line, no turning back. As the meeting disperses, she slips into the mission control bunker, heart pounding. Mini-knot. Alone amid humming consoles, she activates her hidden SDR device, software-defined radio, a portable tool that reprograms frequencies to sniff out anomalies. Education. SDR scans broadband signals, detecting jams by mimicking enemy waveforms without detection. A blip appears, Vance's encrypted ping, echoing the betrayal pattern. Satisfaction flickers as she logs it, but frustration mounts. His probe was too close. The Apaches whine to life outside, pilots climbing in. Voiceover. Cliffhanger. Flight mission about to start, but a trap awaits. As the Apaches lift off in a whirlwind of dust, Aisha retreats to the bunker, her SDR device humming with data. Voiceover. The trap is set, but tests await, layered like the caves themselves. The mission unfolds on screens, thermal feeds showing the squadron banking toward Kajaki, scanning for Taliban signatures. But back at base, the real challenges begin. Multi-layered and twisting like a loop she can't escape. Test 1 hits hard in the control room. Sparks's voice crackles over comms. Confirming pod config, feels off. Woman of color overriding protocol, this better not jam us mid-flight. The prejudice frustration boils over. Other operators glance her way, whispers spreading like wildfire. Thompson's call? Since when do techs play strategist? It's the same old dismissal, her expertise invalidated by her skin and gender. Aisha's jaw tightens, the knot of anger twisting inside. Voiceover, their blindness could kill us all, but I can't break cover yet. Alleys emerge amid the tension. Private Jamal Hayes, a young black mechanic with sharp eyes and a quiet demeanor, slides into the seat beside her. He's noticed her work before, supported her in small ways, passing tools without fanfare. "Ignore them, Sarge," he murmurs. "Your setup's solid. I saw the cave sims. Incendiaries will light those IED nests up." His words offer a lifeline, a rare show of solidarity from someone who understands the undercurrents of bias. Aisha nods subtly. "Thanks, Hayes. Watch the signals. Something's off." Jamal's support bolsters her, a reminder that not all allies wear ranks. Education weaves in as they monitor. IED cave tactics are insidious Taliban favorites. Improvised explosive devices hidden in limestone warrens, wired with pressure plates or remote detonators. Apaches counter with Hellfire missiles or 30mm chains, but caves demand precision. Penetrators to breach rock, incendiaries to deny oxygen and flush out fighters. "See that thermal bloom?" Aisha points quietly to Jamal. "Fake decoy. Real threats deeper." He absorbs it, eyes widening at her insight. Test 2 twists the loop. An alert blares. Ground team near the perimeter reports a suspicious device. Vance rushes out, barking orders. "IED spotted. Clear the area." He diffuses it with theatrical precision. A small, non-lethal charge barked, but his save of a white private earns cheers. "Vance got it. Hero move." The misdirection works. Base chatter paints him as the good guy, reliable intel lead. Aisha watches from the bunker, suspicion growing. Voiceover, too convenient. Is he planting doubts? Or worse? The mini-hook strikes in a flashback layer 2, Afghanistan 5 years back. Vance, then a mid-level officer, mentoring her Shade Eagle team during a joint op. "Stick close, Thompson," he'd said, patting her shoulder. "I'll show you the ropes." But now, gradual reveal. His advice led them into the ambush. Was it coincidence or betrayal? Voiceover. Mentor or manipulator? The pieces fit too well. Frustration peaks when Vance corners her later away from eyes. "Clever hack trace, tech girl," he mocks privately, voice dripping sarcasm. But black ghosts like you fade fast in this game. The racial knot tightens, rage surging. She's endured enough invisibility. Satisfaction comes secretly. She counterhacks his tablet via SDR, planting a tracker. A faint beep confirms it, his signals now hers to unravel. Voiceover. "He underestimates me." That's his mistake. The tests layer on. Allies like Jamal providing balance against enemies like Vance's facade. But the loop tightens, twists pulling her deeper into the fray. The bunker pulses with electronic life as the Kajaki mission ramps up, screens flickering with live feeds from the Apache's gun cameras. Aisha hovers over her console, SDR data streaming in, subtle distortions in the Link 16 signals like whispers of betrayal. Voiceover. The barrier closes in. Bad guys aren't just out there, they're here in the wires. She suspects a hack brewing, Vance's tracker pinging erratically, aligning with Taliban movements. The squadron reports in, approaching waypoint Delta. Thermals show cave activity, possible IED cache. But Aisha spots the anomaly first, a frequency spike, spoofing targeting data. Frustration erupts when the first glitch hits. Sparks's voice crackles through speakers. "Targeting's lagging. Pods firing erratic. Thompson's config must be sabotage." Accusations fly in the room. Her non-standard mix screwed the systems. Operators glare, the prejudice frustration peaking. Her ideas dismissed as reckless because she's the shadow tech, the woman of color daring to innovate. "We trusted her tweaks." "Big mistake," another mutters. Aisha's hands tremble on the keyboard, the weight of isolation crushing. Voiceover. Their doubt is the real weapon. Nearly defeated? Again. The human element anchors her. Father's memory surges, a quote from his Vietnam letters echoing in her mind. "Eagle rises above storms, Aisha." Wings bend but never break. She visualizes him. Black soldier in a white man's war, facing fire and bias, yet soaring home with stories of resilience. It steadies her, a beacon in the chaos. Voiceover, Dad's storms were worse. I rise for him, for us. Mini knot. As she reaches to adjust a panel, her shirt shifts, exposing the full eagle tattoo, wings spread wide, embedded with coded symbols from Shade Eagle Ops. Reyes, monitoring nearby, freezes mid-sentence, coffee mug slipping from his grip. His eyes widen in recognition. Classified briefings flash back. Shade Eagle, the elite unit of operatives of color, officially disbanded after a catastrophic ambush. Their commander, Colonel Thompson, died extracting survivors. Aisha, he whispers, voice laced with awe and shock. The tattoo, it's you. She meets his gaze, a subtle head shake. Not now, but the revelation jolts him, respect dawning amid the crisis. Systems falter further. Apache's report, guidance failure, veering off course. Chaos ensues, comm static, thermal feeds warping. Aisha fights the hack, fingers flying over countermeasures, but she's nearly defeated, the barrier closing like cave walls. Voiceover cliffhanger. System collapses. Who is the real traitor? The bunker's air thickens with urgency as systems teeter on collapse, the Apache's feeds glitching like fractured glass. Aisha's fingers blur over her console, countering the distortions, but the peak hits, all is lost. Vance's signal surges through, a digital venom injected from his hidden tablet. Comms down. Targeting offline. Reyes shouts, slamming a fist on the desk. The squadron's voices flood the speakers in panic. We're blind, veering into hostiles. Apaches spin erratically, rocket pods firing wild, narrowly missing friendly positions. Chaos erupts, officers scramble, alarms blare, the base on the brink of catastrophe. Voiceover, this is it, the ordeal, life and death hanging by a thread. Aisha traces the source, Vance's encryption, jamming frequencies with ruthless precision. Education. Frequency jamming overwhelms signals by flooding the band, here spoofing the Apache's 16 to 30 GHz range, disrupting radar and data links. It's insider work, turning allied tech against itself like a virus in the bloodstream. She activates her countermeasures, but Vance bursts in, eyes wild with feigned concern. What's happening? Sabotage, he points at her. Thompson, last one on those systems. No. The major twist unleashes. As security moves in, Vance lunges for her console, but Aisha blocks him. In the struggle, he hisses close, surprise misdirection shattering her world. You should have stayed dead, Colonel. I mentored you in Afghanistan, fed you bad intel for that promotion. Shade Eagle was collateral. Your death sealed my rise. Fake mentor revealed. He'd posed as guide, but sold them out for rank. His betrayal the root of her lost team. Voiceover. Him all along. The snake in the nest. Shock ripples. Aisha's face hardens, years of pain igniting fury. High frustration boils. Black ghosts like you fade easy, Vance shouts, shoving her back, his racism a final lash. The room freezes, the slur hanging heavy, amplifying her isolation. But it's his undoing. Aisha explodes into action. Jiu-jitsu honed from special ops training, powerful and precise, she dodges his grab, sweeping his leg in a fluid osotogari, slamming him to the floor. He scrambles up, swinging wild. She counters with a hip throw, using his momentum against him. Sweet satisfaction surges as she pins him in a rear-naked choke, his struggles weakening. Not fading today, she growls, voice commanding, shedding the tech facade. Reyes intervenes, pulling security. Detain him. She's no saboteur, she's Colonel Aisha Thompson, Shade Eagle lead. The room gasps, piecing it together. The tattoo, her skills. Vance thrashes, cursing. You have nothing. But Aisha pulls her SDR device, holding it up. Everything. Your signals logged, matching the Afghanistan sellout. Promotion bought with blood. He slumps, guilt confirmed. The hack stabilizes as her countermeasures kick in. Apaches regain control. Emergency landings reported with minor injuries. Voiceover. Victory in the ordeal, but the network is bigger. As Vance is hauled away in cuffs, cursing under his breath, the bunker slowly exhales. Systems stabilize, the Apaches touching down safely at fallback points. Crews rattled but alive. No fatalities. Reyes coordinates recovery teams, his voice steady despite the cut above his eye from the scuffle. Aisha stands tall, shedding the technician's slump, her posture shifting to that of a commander. Voiceover. The ordeal's reward, not glory, but lives saved. But revelations come with a price. Security clears the room, leaving a stunned core group, Reyes, a few operators, and Sparks, whose face drains of color. Who? What are you? He stammers. Aisha meets their eyes, voice authoritative for the first time in years. Colonel Aisha Thompson, former lead of Shade Eagle, Medal of Honor recipient, officially dead after Afghanistan to hunt networks like his. The reveal hangs heavy, piecing together her quiet expertise, the tattoo, the unerring instincts. Raya's nods confirmation. She extracted my unit back then, took hits, got us out. Official records buried her to protect the op. Teammates' apologies flood in, sweet and genuine amid the embarrassment. Sparks approaches first, head bowed. Colonel, I mocked your config, called it sabotage. I was wrong, blind. Others follow. We treated you like nothing. Sorry doesn't cut it. Aisha returns salutes with grace. Apologies accepted. Invisibility was the mission. You saw what I needed you to. The sweetness lingers, a collective humbling, prejudices cracked by truth. Voiceover. Recognition after shadows, bittersweet but earned. Education underscores the victory. Her gathered data, 3 years of logs, transmissions, financial trails, saves lives beyond today. This exposes compromised channels, she explains, pulling a hidden drive from her station. Vance's network sold targeting to insurgents, endangering patrols, drones, everything. Dismantling it prevents ambushes, protects bases region-wide. Reyes examines the files. Hundreds of lives, Colonel, maybe thousands. But as calm settles, a mini-hook tugs. Jamal lingers in the corner, eyes darting, something off in his stance. Voiceover, but what is Jamal hiding? The bunker doors seal behind Vance as interrogators take over, but victory's glow fades quickly. The road back, fraught with loose ends. Aisha pores over her drive, decrypting layers of data. The ordeal won, but the journey home reveals deeper scars. Networks don't die easy. Reyes joins her, bandaging his cut. Your intel's gold, Colonel. Vance cracked. Names contractors in DC, funneling data for profit, but we need more to dismantle it. The final challenge strikes unexpectedly. An alert blares, perimeter breach attempt. Jamal bursts in, clutching his side, blood seeping through his fatigues. Ambush outside, IED fragment. They knew our patrols. He's injured bad, collapsing as medics rush. Aisha kneels, applying pressure. Hold on, Hayes. But as she checks his wound, a minor twist unfolds. A hidden comm device tumbles from his pocket, encrypted, linked to Vance's signals. Voiceover. Jamal hiding what? A relative tie? Interrogation feeds confirm. Vance sent him as a plant, posing as kin to infiltrate, exploiting shared heritage for trust. The betrayal stings. Jamal, her ally of color, turned pawn. Human element deepens the pain. Jamal gasps apologies. He said family debt, threatened my sister back home. Didn't want to, Colonel. Aisha's eyes soften, echoes of her own losses, team in Afghanistan, father's Vietnam burdens. We all carry chains, but you chose wrong. She saves him, directing medics. Tourniquet, stabilize vitals. Her hands steady despite the hurt, drawing on jujitsu calm and field medic training. Jamal stabilizes, airlifted out. His confession unlocking more network nodes, contractors' financials, meeting logs. Voiceover. Saving him saves us. Mercy in the mission. The base quiets, but ripples spread, command alerted, arrests pending. Yet uncertainty looms. Voiceover cliffhanger, how will the system change? The revelations from Jamal's confession ripple upward, command scrambling to contain the fallout. Aisha briefs the base commander in a secure room, data drive projecting webs of corruption. Voiceover, the system teeters, how will it change? Or will prejudice shield the rot? Interrogations yield the major final twist. Vance's network exploited biases, recruiting minority insiders like Jamal by preying on their marginalization. They overlook us, Vance sneers in footage. Easy plants in the shadows, blacks, Latinos, women, invisible until useful. The slur exposes the systemic flaw, prejudice as a tool, turning overlooked talent into unwitting traitors. Aisha's fury ignites, but she channels it. This ends now, she declares. Triumph surges as Brigadier General Alina Westfield arrives via secure link, her stern face softening with admiration. Colonel Thompson, your op uncovered a cancer in our ranks. Vance's web extends to contractors, but your data severs it. Promotion follows, effective immediately, full reinstatement with command of a new anti-corruption unit. The room erupts in salutes. Aisha's eagle tattoo now a badge of honor, not secrecy. Satisfaction crests in the assembly hall, base personnel gathered. Westfield announces, for 3 years, Colonel Thompson sacrificed dignity to expose this. Her work saves American lives, dismantling a network built on division. Teammates once dismissive stand straighter. Sparks leads the chant. Eagle rises. It spreads like wildfire. Overcomes prejudice, voices uniting in respect. Aisha returns the salute, voice steady. We rise together, beyond color, beyond rank. Voiceover, victory not just over Vance, but the system that enabled him. The change begins. Policies shift, training on bias implemented. Aisha's resurrection complete, ghosts no more. The morning sun crests over Fob Vanguard as Aisha packs her duffel, reinstated uniform crisp with colonel insignia. The base hums differently now. Personnel salute sharply, whispers of respect replacing old dismissals. Voiceover. The elixir returned, not a potion but truth. Mission surpasses skin color or gender. We serve beyond shadows. She addresses the assembly one last time, General Westfield at her side. This op taught us, heroes hide in plain sight. Treat every soul with dignity. Their story might save yours. The lesson lingers, a grand message for the ranks and beyond, echoing American ideals of equality forged in fire. As her transport idles, a final flashback layer unfolds. Her father home from Vietnam, scarred but unbroken. Fly high, eagle, he'd say, tracing her childhood drawings. Wings for the storms ahead. Voiceover. He flew through prejudice and war, now I carry his sky. The memory fortifies her, turning departure into renewal. She boards, watching the base shrink below, thoughts on the next mission, networks to uproot, lives to shield. Aftertaste settles, silent sacrifices build nations. Aisha's story, a beacon for the overlooked. If this eagle inspires you, subscribe and share your story of silent sacrifice. Let's soar together.